Is your
All
dad
right,
coming
it's
on?
recording.
Is your dad joining up? I did speak to him and say he should join. I emailed him. I said I'd invite him over to Eden. Don't know if he's replied it yet.
Oh gosh, let me see if I don't know if he'll. Let me see if I can get a hold of him.
Yeah, get him on
yeah, I don't
board.
think he knows. Cool. We got George here too, and we got it's the first time using Telegram chat, so it's
it's for everyone.
Okay, everyone's listening. We're live right now. Everyone's listening.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so yeah, it's great to be on here talking about Challenge. We're one of the most used applications on the EOS network, and we're just basically making it easy for people to create smart contract challenges and engage in them. So basically, what we do with the challenge application is someone can go on and create a challenge and write pretty much a smart contract. They're able to enter criteria for people to win the challenge and unlock the crypto.
That's good. Is it being used in many countries now?
It is. Yeah, it's as far as we know, it's available in probably most countries because you can get it through the Apple. It's on iOS, and then it's on.
I just wondered if you had any like knowledge of, like, you must have sort of a good idea what countries it's primarily being used. Probably USA, is it?
Yeah, I would say probably we got a lot of users in South Asia, like Bangladesh, and a lot in Nigeria, and a good amount in like Venezuela, probably South America. Yeah. So
Venezuela, it comes up a lot.
Yeah. I actually think those are probably the places that were most used, and maybe probably the places that we got the fewest users is maybe United States and like Europe. So it seems like we're most used in like South America, Africa, and Asia.
Yeah, so you have to change that, won't we?
Yeah. Hopefully we got some people from Europe and United States here in North America that are listening that can go download. We got a few users, but it just seems like the lion's share is from those parts of the world. So
do we need to promote it more? I mean, that's probably what the problem is, isn't it, in the Western world?
Yeah, and I think just general crypto knowledge of, I think people in the Western world are a little bit, behind with using. I think some of these other countries in the world, in general, their population's a little bit more familiar with crypto than, say, in the United States or Europe.
I think probably you might be right, but more because I think most people in like UK and that, I think they're more interested in just crypto for trading rather than using.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's I would say probably like our users, maybe more, we have more users from Asia and Africa, maybe like token holders. I know we have some people that have a good amount of CHL tokens that hold a lot of tokens and trade them. Some of the traders might be more in the United States. Yeah.
Anyway, I better butt out and let you other guys speak in. There's plenty of other people here who want to talk.
Yeah, so are people dropping stuff in the chat too, or this is pretty cool, this little feature here with voice.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm asking for questions now. I know George already collected a whole bunch. I don't have access to the document, but he's got some. I actually have a question for you guys. I don't know if you guys track this or not, but what is the biggest reward that has been offered and received through the Challenge app?
100 EOS, I believe. I think it was 100 EOS. We made a challenge to have someone add the CHL token on Coin Market Cap. So we were on CoinGecko, but for whatever reason, they didn't have us up on Coin Market Cap. So we made a challenge for 100 EOS. We said, hey, anyone who can get us on Coin Market Cap will give you 100 EOS. And I think that took place maybe a few months ago. So someone was able to, they sent all the emails and corresponded with them and gave them all the correct information to get us on CoinMarketCap, and then they proved that they did the work, and we were on the CoinMarketCap, so they won.
Nice. That's pretty cool. So can multiple people be doing the same challenge at the same time?
It's up to the creator. We have we want to keep it kind of people interact with each other on their own terms. So people just laid out in the challenge, and multiple for that particular challenge, we just said the first person to win or the first person to do this will win. Because then it would get complicated if there's like 2 or 3 people who but there was just one person in particular who did all the work, and they were able to prove it, so they won. But for most of our challenges, we do a lot of challenges giving away crypto for sharing things on Twitter. That's popular right now, sharing things on Instagram. So usually that's a smaller reward, and then but they have multiple winners, so there'll be like 50 winners or 60 winners. But it's really up to the challenge creator how many people they want to reward, because it's their it's their funds, their crypto that they're giving away.
I was thinking, I was just thinking that the challenge you're saying is being used out in Venezuela, isn't it?
South America, yeah, I believe I know we got a lot of artists in, and I believe it's being used quite a bit in Venezuela.
I was just wondering if we maybe be able to challenge people to use the EOS marketplace solution as well, so that could sort of come together to help each other.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've noticed is challenge is good for helping or getting people to do crypto related things, because it's already everyone on there already understands crypto a little bit. So I think people have been using it to reward people for collecting airdrops, and downloading different, maybe I've seen people try to give out rewards for people downloading crypto wallets and that sort of stuff. So I think it should be great for marketing crypto related projects, and we
I think that'd be good. I even think we could use it more in the Eden project as well to get things moving a little bit quicker.
I think
and that a junkie, you know what, people can also use it to promote their brands and their businesses. People can use the app to promote their brands and also their businesses by setting challenges for people to complete and earn token. So I remember one time somebody dropped a challenge of I think 1 million CHL tokens. So he gave out 1,000 CHL tokens to about 10 guys, and even more, because like 30 people participated in the challenge. So he rewarded over 30 people with 100k CHL, and that's a nice one. It exposes people to cryptocurrency, especially people in that South America you mentioned, and Africa too.
Is there
so I love the app.
Have you got a presentation? Have you got a presentation for this application that to sort of demo and giving a sort of overview of how the product works?
I think we got some good videos. I mean, we've made I think we've made challenges in the past giving rewards for people who made short videos, like tutorials demonstrating how the app works. So I think we got some of those that we could send you that do a pretty good job of explaining the application.
Hello, good day. Not to actually take us back, I'm just new here. I'm familiar with crypto and the EOS, but basically I just, not to take us back, but I just really want to know about this project.
We've been on EOS we were one of the first projects to launch on EOS, so we've got close to, gosh, what is it? It's 2021 now. EOS has been running for 3 years now. So we about 3 years of experience with developing on EOS, and we basically, our aim is just to let people make their own smart contract challenges and put crypto in them and give out rewards for people to do different things. And it can be task challenges. You can reward people for doing something, or geo challenges. You can reward people for going someplace. And it's you can make the challenges and you can participate in them. And the app's free to download. And in fact, you actually get 20 CHL. So you actually get a little bit of our native token for downloading and the application.
All right. Thank you for that.
Okay, so the geo challenges are also fantastic challenges, because you can challenge your friends to go to different locations. You can challenge someone to go watch, maybe see a movie, go to the library, go someplace,
Yeah,
So different people use it. That's one of the things that you want to say something?
yeah, the Geo challenge is actually a challenge, because I recall what's his name, Wheels gave a Geo challenge, but majority of people, if you see people doing the Geo challenge, they find it difficult to actually find their way through doing that Geo challenge. So
Okay.
if you get help,
Yeah, what you do is when you get to the location, the specified location, what you do is you type done. You type DONE as a comment on the challenge post. So when you type done, you now submit. So once you submit, when you click the submit button, what it does is you automatically unlock the cryptocurrency.
all right. I think we should
Yeah.
drop another that will be able to run a clarification on that. Make it easier for we that are listening to actually participate more, because there are less Geo challenges these days.
Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of originally we started off with only geo challenges, but with the pandemic and everyone, so many places in the world got locked down, we were doing geo challenges to give tokens for events. We were putting, I think there were even conferences like Bitcoin conferences that we were putting geo drops out at. But then once everything got kind of shut down, someone came up with the idea of task challenges, and then since then, task challenges have been kind of the most popular challenges on the network. I'd say those probably make up 90 to 95% of the challenges on the network. So I think a lot of users aren't quite sure how to use the geo challenges, so we need to put out a little bit more information.
Of that user.
Yeah, exactly.
One of them. All right. Thanks for clarification.
Okay, guys, please, if you have questions, send your questions in. We are here to answer your questions. If you want to know about the Challenge EOS application, send in your questions.
So the challenge
application. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry about that. And the challenge on Hive. Are we still running the Hive challenges?
Not right now. We I don't think we have any Hive challenges running right now, but obviously people can make them, and I've seen a lot of challenges where people, I think we were doing them where we were giving people upvotes on Hive, and then giving them additional rewards on challenge. So then, you were basically getting double rewarded. You're getting rewarded on Hive, and then you're getting rewarded on challenge too. But I don't think we have anything running right now. Do we sit emails? I don't think so.
Okay.
Come again. What did you say?
Oh, do we
I
have
didn't get
any Hive challenges running right now? I don't think we do.
No, we don't have Hive challenges right now. But I'll make a challenge. About Hive.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Yeah.
We help
A lot.
onboard new members on Hive. We
Yeah,
onboard new users on Hive. Yeah.
yeah.
Go.
We've gotten probably a good, I don't know, maybe 50% or more of our users from Hive. So we've gotten a lot of users from them, and because they understand delegated proof of stake, they understand crypto a little bit. So yeah, they've helped us a lot with gaining users.
Can I ask a
Is it?
question?
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm sorry, but I've never actually used the application. I think when I first downloaded it, it was a test to like a beta version or something, and never. I was a little bit. I think I was a little bit unsure at the time adding my private key, so I think that's probably why I didn't use it. But when you first log in to the application, have you got sort of a choice of challenges that are already there, or do you have to? Are they bespoke, or is a multiple choice of different type challenges? How does it work?
Well, that's what we use the CHL token for. So the use of the CHL token is to organize pretty much our news feed. So if you go on the challenge application, you'll see a trending news feed, and that will show you what all the most popular challenges are, and the most popular challenges are the ones that receive the most CHL votes. So as a challenge EOS user, you can go on there, and however much CHL you have in your wallet, that determines your voting power and how much power you
Okay.
have. And I think we got a trending tab, then we got a new tab, so you can just see the most current, the ones that have been most recently posted, and the ones, obviously the trending ones, which have received the most CHL votes. And then I think that's it right now. And maybe we have another one that organizes from the biggest challenges to the smallest in terms of crypto too.
And what's the sort of a quantity of challenges there are currently running? Is it tens, hundreds?
We're probably averaging 5 to 10 challenges a day that are getting posted.
Okay.
We always, different people who are in the project, like myself, City Mills, we usually post a challenge or two a day ourselves, and then usually we have a couple new people every day that post a few challenges, so it just varies, but we're probably averaging 5 to 10 challenges a day. And there's a lot of people earning a lot of crypto. I mean, there's some people that participate in every single challenge almost, and I mean, those people, they're definitely stacking up some crypto. And
yeah, I definitely will use it. Going to definitely give it a shot, and I'll give you some feedback once I've used it.
yeah, it sounds like we've come a long ways since. It sounds like the last time you tried to use us, we were still asking for private keys and that sort of thing. So I think that was way back in probably
it was
version 1 or 2. So we're on version 7 now. So we've come a long ways. You don't have to insert private keys anymore.
Okay, brilliant.
You can we actually give you pretty much a wallet, so you're able to come onto the network and not have to put in your own wallet. We pretty much give you a wallet where you can win rewards now.
Excellent. Any other
Okay,
questions from
so
anyone
I
else?
think we got a question from that junkie. Okay, go ahead, Mel.
No, I just wonder if there's any other questions from anyone else.
Okay, yeah. We got a question from Data Junkie. So he says, what new updates are you guys working on, if any? So I think Chase, you're gonna answer that question, and then after you're gonna type it on as a message on the group chat, so everybody knows what they're gonna be expecting on the version 8 of the challenge EOS application. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. So at this point, our roadmap and what we do for development is just basically comes from feedback. So the stuff that people ask for the most, we we tried to implement in the next version. So version 8, we should be able to have referral codes. So we're gonna have referral codes, and that's something that people have been asking for a long time. And Telos support, ad support for Telos, and we're gonna have and a few other things like the ability to give rewards to multiple people at once. So right now, if you go and you get 50 people that participate in your challenge, you got to go and reward every single one of them manually, which isn't hard. Maybe takes 2-3 minutes, but we're going to be able to make it where you can reward 50 people instantly, instead of going and doing them and rewarding each one person one by one. And then we're bringing back the tip feature. The tip feature's down, but we're going to bring that back, and that's pretty much what we got planned for version 8, which we're hoping to have out by the end of summer. And you were saying to type this in a message too, for the.
That's okay.
Okay.
The AMA.
All right. Thank you for the explanation. So when you're done, after the chat, you can type it. I didn't get that. That a junkie.
Saying that the AMA is being recorded right now, so we can just share it later on for everybody.
Oh, awesome. Cool. That's good.
All right. That's cool, bro.
Yeah. And then a lot of things we've been doing with, I don't know where you guys are going to share the recording at, but whenever we've been doing, AMAs or whatever, we've been doing challenges for people to share them afterwards. So if you give us the recording, we'd be happy to make a challenge and ask people to share it, or like it on YouTube or whatever, and that way people can win some crypto for spreading this message.
Sounds good. Hey, do you guys have any plans on joining the EOS initiative for the new governance?
Yeah, we want to. It's hard because we've been so tunnel vision with our own development that we haven't been probably participating in understanding what's going on the network more, but we'd like to be involved with it. I mean, we definitely have a good perspective because we're building on the network. We're gaining users, and so we have probably a good perspective that could probably help with governance.
Yeah, and the reason I ask is because I know that the challenge DApp is one of the most used DApps on the EOS network. So therefore, by extension, I mean, it must have one of the better communities of users on the network. So I think it's important that in any governance structure that the people who are representing are also like the people using the most. So I don't know, I think you guys would be very beneficial over there, and maybe you guys can issue some challenges to get other people involved. That would be
cool. I personally think it's a great idea, and you never know, you might even be able to get some funding to even take this up to version 10.
Yeah, that would be that'd be nice. And
absolutely,
yeah, I think that it's a great way of getting people to. It's a good way of coordinating people. So if you're trying to get people to coordinate on like a certain idea or get involved with governance, or I think challenge would be a great way of getting of sparking that. You can get people to give back feedback or give proposals, but we'll definitely look into what's going on with Eden and governance, and see if we can help with that.
Yeah, obviously you guys are pretty busy with everything you're doing, and may not sort of spend that much time and looking into what Eden capabilities and what opportunities that may come out of it. But I definitely think you should definitely come on board, because you guys obviously have been around for a long time, and I think we could help each other here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we feel like the best thing we can do for EOS and the whole community is to have a killer app that has we shot for 100,000 users by the end of this year. We made that goal a few months ago, and I think we are still on track to hit it. So that's what we're shooting for, 100,000 users. And if you get up to 100,000, then you can start getting up to the millions. And I think that's if you got an application that had millions of users that was running on the EOS network, I think that would really do a lot of good for the whole community, the whole EOS project.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I think some of our members have joined the EOS project Telegram group chat. So that's a nice one. They'll get to know about the EOSIO blockchain. And that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and a lot of people are new to crypto too. That's one thing that we're proud about is how many people we've introduced to crypto. So for people who don't have any funds, there's a lot of people that don't want to trade, that don't want to risk any funds. So challenge is a great way for them to break into the market. They can come in and they can do tasks or do simple challenges and start building up crypto that way, instead of having to go out on an exchange and pay for or buy tokens. They can pretty much win tokens for doing simple tasks that are anyone can do.
Yeah. So how about the tip feature? Is the tip feature gonna be added on the version 8?
It is. It might even be added sooner. Things like tip feature, and then we got one thing I wanted to tell people: if anyone who's listening to this that is going to go download challenge, when you create a username, just don't add any capital letters. Don't put any capital letters in your username. So we're taking care of that, and we're going to bring that tip feature back. So hopefully we can get that stuff fixed in like the next week or two, couple weeks. Because those are kind of like almost bug fixes. But then the new features like a referral code and tele support, that's probably going to be like 2 months. So probably by the end of summer for that. Those are our version 8 features.
How's the currently the CHL token doing in value? Is it dropped in comparison to everything else and sort of in line with everything else? Is it at the moment?
Gosh, we don't even pay all that close attention. I think it's pretty stable. It hasn't been moving around too much, but there's the big thing is there's just a lot of unmet demand. So I get a lot of people who want to buy the token that aren't able to get access to it. So I think there's a lot of unmet demand for the token, because right now I think one of the few places we're traded on is Nudex. There may be a few other exchanges, but for a lot of people who don't understand Nudex, they're not able to get the token right now. I have a lot of friends that email me or contact me and say, "Oh, I want to buy the CHL token," and then I say, "Okay, go to Nudex." And
have you got any plans to take it onto like a bigger exchange like Coinbase or potentially a Bullish?
Yeah, we would like to. We Coinbase now tracks our price, so I think that's a good sign. They don't have any market support for us yet, but we'd like to be on Coinbase. That'd be awesome. And we're always doing exchange outreach. We're always reaching out to exchanges and telling them about the CHL token. And but we don't. I know a lot of exchanges. They want maybe a Bitcoin for a listing fee, maybe half a Bitcoin for a listing fee. We haven't been huge fans of listing fees. Our philosophies, we've always been focused on our development, and we always want to put the majority of our funds and our resources into development. And if we have a really good project, then eventually more and more exchanges will list us, just because the technology is good. So
sorry, I was to interrupt there, but so to take it to the next level for network effect and onboarding, if you had if you could access some funding that would allow you to do that, would that be one of the first things that you'd want, like to put a bigger exchange?
Yeah, I think if we had the right deal, and it definitely matters. We were talking in an AMA not too long ago, and I was just saying that right now, if we just were added on a big exchange, say if a Binance added us or Bitfinex added us, and those are both block producing exchanges. Those are both exchanges who get block rewards on the EOS network. So I would think that any exchanges that are EOS block producers would, want to support EOS projects, especially the most active EOS projects. But if one of those exchanges were to add us, I think our token price would explode. And, that's just what I'm guessing. But it's funny because nothing about our technology would really change. The only thing that changed is that we have, there would be a new marketplace for the token.
Bit of a catch-22 if they're not allowing you to put your coin on there. But what sort of cost is it for that to say to put it on a Binance? Is it like half a Bitcoin or something?
For Binance, I'm not sure. I know we've talked to probably probably a dozen exchanges we've had conversations with that are all probably within the top 100 exchanges for volume, and they usually want about it depends on the price of Bitcoin, but usually about half a Bitcoin.
That's a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what the price was of Bitcoin at the time, because this was a few months ago. So maybe Bitcoin was at 20,000, and they wanted half a Bitcoin, $10,000-$20,000.
They might want a whole Bitcoin now.
Yeah. Well, it's for market making. They say, okay, we need a market making, we need liquidity. So we so give us half a Bitcoin and we'll list you. So
I think that would be a good proposal to come on board with Eden, and if obviously if you had a good idea on what we could do with to promote EOS and Eden, and so it's like a circular thing that we helping each other. I think you might even get some funding to do that.
Yeah, that's something that we definitely would like to do, and anything to help grow, make because the stronger the EOS community gets as a whole, that helps us, and it's kind of like the whole circular thing you were talking about. We all help support each other, and it makes us all stronger in return.
Do you know how many sort of users you've currently got?
I think we're at over 10,000 now. I think we're 15,000 unique accounts is what we're at.
Well, it shows that it's working and it's being used, so that's very good. And obviously you're taking it up to like version 8, whatever it is. So that's really good, exciting. And if you had that funding, as we were saying, we would get it into the millions, don't we?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've pretty much on a shoestring budget. We've done got to this point. So yeah, I think if any funding would just really accelerate the process, we would be able to get to where we were going much faster.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll have a chat another time. Maybe if we can. I don't know. I think I've got your contact details or not, but I'd like to have a chat with you on a separate private note.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Mel. Thanks for having us, bro.
No worries.
Hey, Chase, I got a question.
Yeah.
Has the challenge team considered creating NFTs for the project, like just to raise funds or to hand out as challenge rewards, or maybe even back them with CHL tokens and have them redeemable or something? And my other question, aside from NFTs, real quick, is do you guys have any liquidity pools that we can join in? And are there any challenges for that?
So on the first question, we it's something we're looking at, and I think would work really well on the challenge application. Is giving out NFTs for going someplace or doing something. Um, I don't think we're going to be able to get it in version 8, but that's something we might look at in version 9. Just probably need to get a better idea around, how it would work. Because I see that like EOS now has NFT. There's like an NFT layer now, so we got to just look more closely at it. But that's something that we're working on, and we're probably going to add support for pretty soon. We just want to make sure we do it in a way that makes sense and our users like. And I think we do have a liquidity pool on. Is it DeFi Box? DeFi Box and Nudex? Maybe that's a liquidity pool. If that's not a liquidity pool, then I guess we don't have a liquidity pool, but we have that, and that'd be a good thing to do is make challenges for people to add to the liquidity pool. I don't know if anyone's made any challenges like that yet, but that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of projects are rewarding users who enter the pool with some tokens, and that turns out to be their APY for joining the pool. But it's varying degrees of rewards based on the risk factor. So you kind of got to get enough people into the pool. But I find that's one interesting way to generate a lot of interest in the project, is just to get people to join it and provide liquidity for the token, because a lot of people don't want to get into a token if they have trouble getting out of the same token. So liquidity is always a really big problem for a lot of dApps. I just wondered if you guys had any ways of tackling that problem. And I figured through challenges, you guys wouldn't have that big of a deal getting people into it.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, something that we need to probably look at more closely and do it, because it's not a bad idea to and obviously, yeah, that's the more liquidity the better. It's I've seen people talk about our token before the CHL token and say, oh yeah, it's a great token, but how much liquidity is there? How much, if I have a whole bunch of CHL, how much can I sell right away? And so yeah, it definitely doesn't have as much liquidity as some other tokens right now, but whatever we lack in liquidity, I think we make up in technology. And I think it's just a matter of time before the liquidity grows. And definitely doing some rewards. We're doing the pools and giving rewards for people who contribute the pools is something we're probably going to be doing here pretty soon.
Right. Sounds good. Does anybody else have any other questions here? Maybe just open it up for other people. If they do have questions, they can ask them.
Shame you can't do a little demonstration on the on there as well, but just a chat, isn't it? So just leave it at that, I think.
Oh, do you guys have any video tutorials on how to use the challenge app? Maybe you guys can post a couple of those in the chat here.
Yeah, we'll find some good ones. I mean, I think we got probably hundreds, because we've done a lot of challenges asking people to make their own tutorials and stuff. So we'll get some of the most popular ones and drop maybe the maybe one or two of the more popular ones that are do a good job of laying out how we work in the chat here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that'd be
Sounds
useful.
good. Yeah, hundreds. Hey, wow, that's impressive.
Maybe at least dozens. I don't know if we were at hundreds, because at least dozens.
Hey.
Now that I'm thinking about it, because I know we've made probably 3 or 4 different challenges where we ask people, hey, can make a tutorial here explaining how challenge works, because it's so important to have tutorials out there. So I'm sure if I go on YouTube and hit challenge EOS tutorials, there'll be at least 25, 50. But how many of those are really good and how many of them are really succinct, I don't know. But we'll find the best ones and drop them down below.
Nice. Yeah, that's the power of issuing rewards and issuing challenges, because I think as human beings, we're quite competitive in a lot of areas. So just challenging someone to do something is something to do a lot of the times. So you don't really need much of a reward when you complete a challenge. Completing the challenge is the reward for most people. So I mean, having an extra reward of CHL tokens on top of that is kind of a juicy bonus.
Yeah, and it's a fun way to cooperate with people that, you know, really, I don't think there was any other way of doing this, you know, in such an easy way, as easy as we make it, for people to, you know, do little ways of cooperating with each other, or getting different things to happen. I mean, yeah, we've been really impressed with it, and you know, the ability for people to network with each other, and get things done, and do things to, like, with simple things like asking people to make a video about a certain topic, or getting someone to circulate information on social media is really effective for those things.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I think it'd be so beneficial for you guys to join the Eden Initiative, is because they have representation from the entire EOS network, which is super decentralized into all these, separate compartmentalized communities of whatever it is that they're from, and you guys can kind of unite the clans in such a way through challenges. So I think it'd be a really powerful point of representation, and I genuinely think that you guys could do well, because Kent is well known in San Diego, and obviously you guys have a great technical team, and you guys are a block producer, and you guys honestly are one of the hardest working block producers out there, and you guys deserve to get more votes as a block producer in that type of role. But in the Eden OS governance consensus gathering mechanism that they have, I think you guys would do really, 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 really well. You guys should definitely get in there and start representing.
Yeah, we will, and that's something that
Thank
we're
you.
gonna.
Yeah, cheers. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's something that we're definitely going to do more of. And like we said, we've been just, you know, especially these last couple of months, we've been so head down, you know, focused on our own development, that we haven't, you know, been doing enough networking with other people on EOS. But you know, that's something that we're changing. That's, you know, we're going, and it's like this right now. We're going to be uh networking more with people doing things on EOS, and we'll definitely look into all the even initiatives, and you know, see how we can help.
Yeah, we have been looking for the opportunity of getting to partner with the USIO blockchain platforms and the block producers too. Yeah, there was a time we were trying to align with the block producers, most EOS block producers like KuCoin, yeah, to support our projects by partnering with us. That's which means listing the EOS blockchain base. So so we really love to see CHL on most of these exchanges, which are block producers on the EOS blockchain. Yeah, EOS IO blockchain. Thank you.
Yeah, I notice a lot of projects that launch on EOS have a hard time getting listed on any exchanges outside of, the permissionless sort of decentralized exchanges that already exist on the EOS network, which is unfortunate. You would think that a lot of the top 21 block producers would be heavily invested in the chain, and they would want to promote, more projects that are launching on the chain. So it really makes no sense to me why they don't list or freely list or want to list a lot of EOS projects, but that's just the way it is. I guess we're most places are just stuck on Nudex, DeFi Box, and Alcor right now, which is fine for me, but not really fine for adoption for the world.
Right. Yeah. I think that's pretty much sums up the availability of CHL right now. Is, you know, those three places, you know, Nudex, DeFi Box, and Alcor Exchange. So yeah, great for the people who know how to use that technology, but you know, for the rest of the people who don't, then it, you know, it's difficult for them to get the token. And like I said, you know, we get every day we get tons of people wanting to buy the token that just aren't able to, you know, use those technologies, don't understand it, and they're smart people, you know, college graduates or smart friends that know crypto or whatever, but they just, you know, haven't taken the time to learn those, you know, EOS and the wallets and stuff, so they are not able to get access to the CHL token. So yeah, it'd be really big for us, you know, especially if these block producers who are exchanges too. If you're a block producer and you're an exchange, and there are a lot of them, you know, Bitfinex, Binance, OKEX, those are all block producing exchanges that are getting hundreds of EOS every day. So we think that they would have interest in seeing EOS projects be successful, because you know, we know that EOS is only going to be as successful as the projects and the people using the software. If no one's using it, then you know, it doesn't really it's not really a valuable project. So we think that those block producing exchanges would have a real interest in seeing EOS do well and seeing the projects on EOS do well.
Yeah, and that will lead to a spike in the price of CHL. You know,
We would
if
think.
being
We
listed
never know for sure,
on,
but we would think.
right. So we're taking questions. We're still taking questions. So if anyone who's on this voice chat has a question, okay, you send them in. The founder of the challenge EOS application is live here with us right now. So I also think that we should give out 100K CHL to the people who joined the voice chat. What do you think, Chase?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely want to give out rewards to people who participated today. So maybe I'll let you, you know, what do you think we're going to do to set that up? Maybe put out a challenge or something rewarding people who asked, or maybe give it to Data Junkie. Data Junkie can decide to give it out.
Yeah, yeah. I think we should tip it out to Data Junkie so he knows how to disburse the tokens.
Sounds good.
I know how to use the exchange.
We, I'll make a
Yeah,
challenge myself.
don't go and just sell the tokens and give them out to people that.
If anything, I would probably get stuck providing more liquidity for it.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question. You guys, you need an EOS account to use the challenge app, right?
Nope, we give you one. So you just need, all you need to use the challenge app account is either a phone number or email address.
So you guys provide an EOS account to every user that signs up?
We do. Yeah, it's a custodial account. But we, you know, you can use it just like any other account. You can, you know, move funds on, move funds off. You know, we don't want this to be like some place that people store their crypto. So we don't say, hey, you know, if you got your life savings of EOS, you know, there's probably no need to put it on the challenge application, but just, you know, for playing challenges, or just keep as much on there as you'd like to, you know, use to make challenges with. And then obviously when you win challenges, you can move the tokens off as soon as you get them.
Oh, okay. So custodial account, how much of the resource, I guess, yeah, it's different now with the power up model, but before the power up model, how much resources were you guys staking to each account?
We would so if we just took care of our one master contract, then that would, you know, as long as that had resources, then everyone on the network had resources. And before the power up, I would say, you know, it would seem like every month we'd put like, you know, maybe five, not much, maybe 2, 3 EOS in the Rex, and that would give us like 5,000, maybe 10,000 of staked EOS, and that would be good for us. And if we ever ran out of CPU, then we would just get a, you know, a little bit more through the Rex and be all right. So, and then when we switched to the power up model, then we it broke down. There was a couple of days where we didn't have any CPU. We were trying to figure out, oh, what's this a new model that's going on, and no one could make challenges for a little bit, but we figured out the new system, and then everything seems to be running pretty smooth on the power up. And maybe, I don't know, I think maybe we're using less resources, a little bit more cost effective, the power up model.
Nice. That's good to hear. It's good to hear that it's working. So
Yeah.
that's a good indication. That means it's probably working beneficially throughout the whole network.
Yeah, I mean, we don't use a ton of resources. Like I said, we have 10,000 users. People are using this every day, and we were able to, just 10,000 stakes EOS was enough to get us through every month. And that was through the Rex. That was, just a couple of EOS, so it wasn't expensive. And but I think we did the power up thing, and we stuck a couple of EOS in there, and I think that's been, we've been good for a few months now. So it seems, it seems like it's a little bit more cost effective.
So when you guys create a new account for a new user, that's a real EOS account, just custodial. So they have the active keys and you guys have the owner keys. Is there any plan to give these users the owner key eventually for price, kind of similar to what Get Wombat does for their onboarding?
Yeah, we that's something we could do. It's just not something that's super anyone really asks us to do. It's something everyone seems like they're able to use the tokens that they get, move them off and on. So we haven't had any people really say, hey, it was a big issue. The biggest thing is when we were asking people for their private keys, like, when we were asking people for their private keys, we were getting a lot of feedback where people were not liking that. And so that's why we went to the custodial route. So, it'd be nice if people if it was a little bit, we'll work to make it a little bit more decentralized. I mean, it'd be nice if, I'm sure there probably is a way where people could have the account and it'd be a little bit more decentralized, where they have the private keys, and we just have to look more into that, how to get it done. But we focus on just challenge creation, having a lot of people on the network, and having a lot of people doing things. And so the custodial account has been working well for that right now.
Okay, and when people do create the account, do they get to choose the 12 characters, or do you guys just randomly assign them a bunch of mumbo jumbo numbers and letters?
They get to choose. And anybody listening right now, if you're going to make an account, please don't use a capital letter. We got a problem with that right now. If you create an account with a capital letter, you won't be able to see your token balance. So you get to choose your own username, and just don't select any capital letters for now. We're fixing that though. We're going to get that taken care of.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, down
Yeah,
the road,
that's right.
hopefully, if people want to upgrade their EOS account from custodial to full ownership, will there be an option for them to pay for the owner key?
There is. We'd probably want to make it where they didn't even have to pay for that. We'd like to be able to do it for free. So maybe version 9, the next version, we'll look for something like that.
Maybe that can be one of the VIP levels after you complete like a certain amount of challenges, you just get the owner key given to you.
Yeah, or we could even probably set something up with a wallet provider where they give somebody, the account after a certain activity level, something like that. But just not something that's been, widely requested. It's just not something that's been super, it's important for people to have their private keys and stuff, but for us right now, just not something our users have been asking for a whole lot. But something we're looking into.
For right now, I think, the custodial is probably the best way to go as the onboarding process takes place. But as EOS and the network becomes more and more used and more valuable, every single one of the accounts on the network will also rise in price and become more valuable. And, if people are able to choose the 12 character account name, it might mean something to them too. It might hold more value, like sentimental value or something. So down the road, a lot more people will be in will be wanting their own EOS account. So that might be something to look at.
Yeah, and I think we could onboard a lot of people to the network too. I mean, like we've said, I know we've had thousands of new people to crypto. So being able to hook them up with their own account with their own private keys is something we're working on.
So how many CHL tokens are we handing out today? Did you say 100,000?
Yeah, that's a good chunk of CHL, but I think for this AMA, it's worth it for giving it out.
That's a lot. What do you think we should do? I think maybe should we issue a challenge that maybe we can get George to create a challenge where if we get 10 new people to sign up, they'll each get 10,000 CHL tokens.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a nice idea.
Yeah. Did you want to go ahead and create the challenge, George?
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. So okay, let me do that and drop the link over at the group chat.
Yeah, sounds good. And I'll pin it up when I get the recording of this AMA. We'll just put it out together, and once we get 10 people, the challenge will be complete. And woohoo!
Boom.
Yeah, not bad. 10,000 CHL for downloading an app.
Yeah, I was hoping Kent would show up. He's always fun to talk to.
If you guys have us back next time, he'll be on. I just didn't have enough time to get him on, but I'm sure if you had us back or if we did something else, he'd be happy to come on. I just didn't have a chance of give him a heads up this time.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, I know he's probably a pretty busy guy too. And where's Zach? I know Zach is usually pretty active in the San Diego community and in the challenge app. I was looking forward to seeing him on here today, but I guess we'll have to wait for him to come next time.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll if we give him a heads up, then he'd be happy to join next time.
Oh yeah, he's a good guy. He's always entertaining too.
Yeah, he's helped a lot with the challenge project, and he's just an energetic guy he participates in a lot of stuff. He's very active in the space, but he's got a lot of great ideas. He makes great challenges, and he's helped us out quite a bit.
Cool. Yeah, that's good to hear. He's a great community member. Not everybody appreciates him, but I certainly do.
Yeah. No, he's definitely a big crypto enthusiast and comes up with cool ideas, and great community member and just a great advocate of blockchain technology.
I miss the days when he used to come into this chat and he used to spread around the Dan Larimer time traveling conspiracy. That was pretty cool. I miss those.
Yeah. Sounds like see, he's got he's got a lot of cool challenge ideas. And, if anytime that we need any challenge ideas, he's always able to give us some creative ideas, and they're always fun to hear.
So, hey, when did you guys first initially launch on the EOS network? Do you remember the first initial public launch of the challenge app?
Our first airdrop was we airdropped the entire network, the whole Genesis snapshot. We airdropped to in July of 2018, and then right after that we started building, and we got our first. We were first in the Apple Store in by the end of 2018, like December 2018, and I'll be the first to tell you, the first 2 or 3 versions probably weren't user friendly. It really was probably about version 3 or 4 that we were really probably usable. So how these things work with software development is it's a work in progress, and we're constantly improving. So and we're still improving, but the first couple of versions were a little bit rough, but now we're working well, and we're not having any issues now.
Right on. Sounds good. Yeah, the first version of any application is always going to be a little bit bumpy, right? So that's mostly expected. And I was one of the first people to download it. I think it was like the alpha version, just like Mel was saying earlier. Um, and I did put my keys in there and I checked it out. I don't think I issued any challenges. I was looking at trying to complete a couple. I can't remember what they were. Yeah, we're going back almost 3 years here now, Chase.
Yeah, time flies. I was thinking earlier, I was like, gosh, it's hard. It's 2021. I'm like, what year did EOS launch? It was all the way back in 2018. So yeah, 3 years.
Yeah, that's a lot of history. I mean, you guys have been with the EOS mainnet since day one, and a lot of other projects have escaped the EOS network and gone on to whatever they think is greener pastures. So, what's kept you guys going on the EOS mainnet all this time?
Really, it's we had this idea before the launch of EOS, and you know, I think this was the only chain we really could have built this on. And so that's we couldn't build this on Ethereum. We couldn't build this on pretty much any other blockchain. So um, just utility, practicability. That's why we're on EOS. So we just really couldn't. I mean, now there's probably some other blockchains we could uh, build this on, and we may try that. We may add support for Telos, but we spent like 3 years figuring out how to get this to run correctly on EOS, and it's we're pretty simple. We don't really do anything all that complex, but it took a lot of time and effort just to get things user friendly and get things that working correctly. So we're not moving from EOS. We're going to have continued support for EOS as long as the project is running. It's just because that's usable. It's just because EOS works. We haven't had any issues. Everything is cheap for the resources, and it works. So that's why we're going to stick to EOS.
Sounds good. I'm sure that sounds good for a lot of people in here listening too.
Yeah. From an engineering point of view and a development point of view, I mean, there's not a whole lot of other options in EOS for doing something like we're doing, where we're having a lot of there's a lot of activity on our network. We're letting people post challenges, people are doing upvotes, people are commenting and stuff. So we got to have a fast chain that can support us, especially if we want to reach 100,000 or millions of users. So that's why we need a blockchain like EOS.
Yeah, I like the decentralization and the security that EOS offers on top of the technology. It's really good. Like a lot of people that come in don't realize how secure the network really is and how fast and how cheap it is to use. For the end user and for the dApp developers, there's so many bonuses and benefits building on EOS. I think one of the challenges should be letting the world know exactly how cool it is.
Yeah, and using, I mean, that's the main thing that we want to contribute to the US community is using their software in a functional way, and building a user base on it and showing what can be done with it. So I think that's maybe one of the problems that there's been, is just not enough building on the platform. So that's why we're trying to build, and we'd like to get this thing where it's reaches a couple million people and becomes a killer dApp. And I think that would do a lot of good for the whole EOS community.
Are you guys planning on making it multi-chain so that eventually you guys can branch out and gather up a bunch of users across other chains as well? And is there any like IBC development going on yet?
There is, yep. So for version 8, we're going to add support for Telos. So Telos, is kind of like in the EOS sphere. So it's those are the only type of blockchains we can really add support to, is EOS, Telos. We thought about adding support for Hive too, but that might be a little bit later. So yeah, we're gonna have we'll be multi blockchain here pretty soon, probably another month or two of development.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, Talos. I know Talos is going to be pretty easy to emulate that as well, but can you Also think about the Wax network as well, because the community on Wax is exploding like exponentially. That might be a great place to offer and issue challenges, as well as incorporate a whole new set of like NFTs and jump into the marketplaces. There would be pretty easy. Are you guys considering that after Telos, or?
We're looking into it. Yeah, we've thought about that because we know they're pretty deep into NFTs, and we were thinking, down the road, for maybe version 9, we were thinking about things we were thinking about were, NFT support, maybe another blockchain. So Wax is definitely on our radar.
Right on. Yeah, that's good to hear. Okay, so multi-chain is on the roadmap. I like it. Wax actually concentrates a lot on NFTs, but their roots are more into like the gaming side of the digital property, let's call it. And I know like they are gearing up for gaming, and I know Ultra.io, which is a fantastic EOS.io chain that's built for gaming. I know the guys over at Scatter, they're Rami James and Nathan James, those brothers, they're working real hard developing the Ultra network as well. So that might be another one to look into.
Yeah.
It's super easy to mint your own assets on using the Atomic Assets NFT standard as well.
Yeah, I feel like things like Telos and Wax, they kind of got that same EOS DNA. They're very similar to EOS, so I think it'd be easy for us to add. And we it took us about 5 or 6 versions to be able to get EOS working correctly, and probably 2 years of development and 5, 6 versions to really get the hang of EOS. And but now we got EOS under working correctly, we can move to other chains.
Yeah, awesome. So with the side, like the NFTs are cool, right? And the collectibles and the collections that are dropping are sweet. Like I'm a collector, so I like that stuff. I'm into that stuff. Maybe not everybody is, but the other side of it is like, memberships. Like if you have a membership to the YMCA or a driver's license, you have to have that physical property, and you got to be able to prove it's you, and you got to carry it with you, and you got to show your card, just to get in. It's kind of like a free pass to get in. So there's lots of different use cases and utilities that NFTs offer users. But for the gaming side of it, I mean, that's where the challenge app can really shine, I think, is when you issue a challenge, right? And I mean, like you could pick any game in the universe, you're going to be playing against either the computer, which is a challenge, or you're going to be playing against other players, which is a greater challenge. And some games, you play against yourself, which is solitarily challenging yourself. But there's always a challenge in gaming. There's not always a challenge in NFTs, except for, like, you got to catch them all, right? That's the challenge. Can you collect the whole set or whatever it is? But with gaming, everything is a challenge. So, I mean, I think that the challenge DApp would be best suited around gaming. What do you think?
And when you say gaming, like gaming as in like video games, or
It could really literally be anything. Like right now, I mean, I could download the challenge app and issue a challenge to play me personally in a game of chess, where the winner will win, 100,000 CHL tokens. And if I think I'm a better chess player than the average person, then I might do that, right? Because it'd just be fun for me to find a player to play against, especially in with lockdowns and COVID restrictions in place everywhere. It's not like I can just drive around and find my buddy to play a game of chess with, or invite people over or have chess tournaments. So any kind of game, any kind of challenge, I think that's where the real human emotion comes in with the challenges, is that you want to feel like you accomplished something. And when you beat the snot out of somebody in a game of Tetris, you feel like you just won the war. and that's rewarding. But when you also get CHL tokens on top of it, which you can use to issue other challenges to other players of said game or any other game, that's a real draw for people. So I think the success of the challenge DAC or DAP and the tokens can be greater utilized, I think, through the use of the gaming industry in basically in any game. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would agree. You know, we've said this before. You know, the best challenge ideas and the best ways of using challenge, we don't know yet. I mean, that's we just create the software, and it's really up to the human imagination for, you know, what's the best way to use challenge. You know, if you're able to, we give you a paragraph to write out the challenge instructions, and you can. There's no limit on the amount of crypto you can use for a challenge. So, really, you know, I'm excited to see all the cool ideas that people are coming up with that to use challenge for. I mean, you know, when we first created this, we didn't think it'd be popular. People would be using it to reshare things on Twitter and Facebook, but that's one of the most popular things for challenge right now. So I think it's you know, a matter of time before, you know, somebody comes along with, you know, an idea like that for, you know, pickup chess games, or for contributing to Eden or whatever. And that would be you know, it's really, you know, whatever you can think of. You know, if people participate in the challenge, then it's a successful challenge.
You know, there's a lot of really cool challenges that I could think of, like right off the top of my head, that would be very beneficial. And you don't really have to look far. I mean, look outside, plant a tree, right? Like that's a great challenge. Like, and how many CHL tokens would it cost to reward a bunch of people to plant a bunch of trees in a random bunch of places? Like, it doesn't really matter. Just planting a tree is always a good thing. So if you can reward that, like just off the top of my head, there's a bunch of challenges that could be issued
Fantastic. I love
really
that idea.
quickly. Go ahead, George.
Yeah, I love the idea, the plant a tree idea, you know, for global
Yeah,
warming.
something like that. I mean, go outside and give a random person, offer a random person a hug. I mean, there's a ton of great ideas.
Yeah,
You know what? Actually,
or gifts,
one
or
one of the
gifts, you
things
know.
that a lot of people, sorry, go ahead, George.
Like help the needy, you know.
Yeah, help an old lady across the street or load up her groceries, right? And just, you know, if you
Like a
can
charity
pass your
challenge,
phone
you
to
know,
your
help someone
friends,
today, you know.
somebody could just hold
Yeah,
the
yeah,
phone
yeah,
and videotape
yeah.
you loading an old lady's trunk, or helping an old lady across the street, or, you know, helping an old man shovel his walk in the winter time or
Just help
something.
somebody.
Help somebody, anybody, help anybody and
You're right.
prove it.
Absolutely.
Go cut your neighbor's grass. I don't know. One of the things I was thinking about, and this might be exciting actually, but there is a guy in the EOS network named M Blue, and I'm sure you guys probably know M Blue Crypto, right, Michael? He's an artist. He's a singer, songwriter, actor, I believe, and he's done a lot for the EOS space. And right now, he's got the Uplift charity organization, which is they dabble in a lot of things, but the main focus right now, I think, is NFTs and gaming, and it's all for charity, right? Like a lot of it is just the money that they raise goes towards building schools in Haiti, and a lot of other great things too that are coming down the pipe. But right now, they just had a land sale for 50 by 50 plots inside of a Minecraft server. Okay, so there's millions of people that play Minecraft, not just kids, not just young adults, but a lot of people play Minecraft. And this is a platform that is easily accepted and adopted by, you know, millions of users already. So I think it's like they're breaking ground that where blockchain has never really gone before, because they're introducing, like, you know, custodial accounts that people can use. They can use your Wax wallet that anybody can get for free. You can log in, link your account, and start building in Minecraft. And let's, like, if you think about crypto in general, like a lot of buzzwords around crypto, mining is one of them. And a lot of ways to get crypto is through mining. And that's all the challenge app is you're mining. Every time you complete a challenge, that's your tools for mining CHL tokens. So one of the greatest challenges I can think of right now is to just get people to log in and jump in on one of my lands and start building on it, because then I can be earning, it's like I can be earning wax tokens or upliftium or whatever the token is for the uplift world. And I can be rewarding people by giving them CHL tokens, which I can convert, right? I can sell wax for EOS and buy CHL tokens and dish out rewards that way. But I think there's a lot of promising utility in issuing challenges, because it could be literally anything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could, and there's people, that doesn't matter what kind of challenge it is. There's always usually some people that are willing to do it. Obviously we have some terms and conditions. We don't want anyone doing anything that's, inappropriate or whatever. But, as long just basic things like participating in a video game, participating we have people downloading different apps, doing different things, just, pretty much cooperating online and giving crypto rewards out for it. So yeah, I think that'd be a really good niche for us, is gaming.
You know what? That's actually something I'm going to do personally. I am going to, sometime this week, I'm going to go around to issuing my own challenge. And I'm going to invite a bunch of people to come build in the Uplift world for charity as a challenge. And it'll be easy enough for me to prove that they did it. Because, every time they get in there, it'll be logged. They'll have to DM me for permission to get into the server and get on that land and start building. But you know what? I'll make it worth their while and it'll be fun. I'm definitely going to be doing this.
Awesome. And we'd like to help you out with that. Maybe we can give you some extra tokens to give away on for that challenge, because that sounds like a cool idea.
Great. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
I want to introduce people to the game, and I want to introduce people to the challenge app, and I want to issue a bunch of these challenges.
Awesome.
great, bro.
This isn't just mobile though, is it? Like, can I download? Is there a desktop version for the challenge app, or is it just mobile?
There's links so you can see a challenge, but to be able to participate in it, you have to mobile. You have to download a mobile app. But we have URL links that, but we don't have a desktop login. So you can share your challenge and people can view it on a desktop, but to be able to participate in it, you have to have a mobile phone.
Okay, Chase, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And
I'll
so
throw it
it's
up.
really fun.
I'm gonna download it on
Yeah.
the
It's really
EOS.
fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to start
Come
issuing
again.
challenges. It's gonna be pretty cool. I was pretty pumped about it when it first launched, actually, but there was so much going on, and it wasn't really like a workable, usable iteration of the software yet. So I never actually got around to issuing any challenges, but I still have it installed on my old phone. So I'm gonna have to download the latest version here.
Awesome.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think you'll be
Hi,
impressed
So
with,
I
Chase.
got
Oh, go
to.
ahead.
Just
Someone wants
quick,
to say something.
yeah, just wondering where you picture the app in 5 years' time.
I like us to be, a couple million users, to be, kind of what we're building. This network that we're building, it's going to exist. This space is going to be something that exists for in 5 or 10 years time. Online blockchain challenges is just something that the world needs. So we'd like to be the provider of that, and I think we'd like to, in 5 years, we'd like to have 5 million users. We were shooting for 100,000 users by the end of this year, and I think we're on track to hit that. So 5 years from now, we'd like to be a couple million users and have people all around the world be making challenges, and instead of having 10 challenges be posted a day, have 10,000 challenges get posted every day, and just kind of almost have that network effect of like a Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, except we're just doing blockchain challenges.
The way you're going to integrate with current social media platforms? Are you keeping it entirely on blockchain as its own entity?
We are. So right now you can share like it, we're already kind of integrated in with almost the entire web, because you can share URL links on challenge. So a lot of times people will drop a link to a Twitter or to, actually I did this the other day, LinkedIn post. I wanted people to share one of our LinkedIn posts, so I dropped the LinkedIn URL in the challenge post, and then that way people who are on the challenge app can go to that URL, see what we want them to share, reshare it, and then they drop it down below for the reward. And so yeah, you can do that with any any link, with your Twitter, with your Facebook. So kind of integrated into social media that way right now.
Thank you very much.
All right. So I was trying to say that we have been able to use the Challenge EOS application to onboard new members onto a lot of platforms like the Hive platform, which other one? The Wombat wallet. We have been able to use the app to ask people to download the EOS wallet, Wombat wallet, Discord. We have been able to onboard people on Discord and a lot of platforms. So it's a cool app. It's a very cool app. That's why I still use it till today. As I'm one of the most active gamers on the dApp. It's cool, I get to use the app to relate with people from all over the world. It's cool, as a musician. I'm a musician. I don't know if you know that. That's a junkie. I'm into music. I do hip hop and dancehall music. So I have been able to onboard thousands of my friends on the application. So it's a wonderful app. I've been able to have friends, connect with friends from all over the world using the app. So it's fun. I urge everyone who listen to this voice chat to head over to the App Store or the Google Play Store and download the application, and no one will ever regret he or she did that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Actually, I did know you were a musician just because of your video here on Telegram, but I've not had the pleasure to listen to any of your stuff. So if you want to DM me some of your stuff, I'd be happy to listen to it.
Sure. I'll do that, bro. They're on iTunes. All right, so guys, any more questions? The Challenge EOS boss is here. So send in your questions and win NFTs and CHL tokens for yourself.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any hardball questions here. I'm looking to reward somebody with a hardball question. Let's throw Chase something tough. Let's make it hard for him. It's been real easy on him so far.
Okay, Thunderbolts questions.
Yeah, let's drop an anvil on his head kind of question. Let's go.
Yeah, delete those questions. We don't want the tough questions. We want. I like the easy softball questions.
So how do you guys moderate, your terms of service are obviously going to be against things like, I dare you to, or I challenge you to eat your own penis if Bitcoin doesn't hit 250K by July 31st, 2022. So how do you guys moderate those kind of challenges? Like when you guys get a naughty challenge, what's the process to eliminate it?
Yeah, so we got it. So, we work with Apple and Google on that. So, for instance, there was one of our versions. Google said, "Hey, you guys have to give people the ability to block users and report content, the bad content." And they actually took us off of the store for a while until we fixed that. So we worked with them on because obviously we got to have uh, terms and conditions to be compliant with Google and Apple, and it's just your basic stuff, just don't nothing that's violent or against the law, or you can't eat your own penis or nothing graphic, but just pretty much the basic stuff. If you just aren't too crazy, then you can pretty much do whatever you want, and if you're not breaking the law or disturbing people, then you're all right. And then we got the ability to, like, people were posting some nasty pictures on there a few months back, and we have the ability to go on and delete those. It's not deleted from the blockchain, but it's we're able to take it off the front end so people aren't able to see it anymore on our application.
Right. Oh, okay. So that kind of naughty content does go on chain, but it gets filtered through the app, so the rest of the users aren't subjected to it.
Exactly, yeah. So there's nothing we can do about it once it goes on chain, obviously, but for our front end, we can filter it and take it out.
Okay, that's cool. So would you say that it is PG-13? Like, how would you rate this app for users?
Uh,
Do you have to be
I,
18 years old to use it?
I think on the Apple Store and the iOS, I think they have us at like 12 and up. So yeah, I guess that's what is that, PG-13? I would say PG-13. I mean, I don't know. Even I mean, I guess you're working with crypto, and there's value there. So maybe we'd like. I don't know. Do you need to be an adult to do that? I don't know. Maybe you do. But yeah, it's nothing's really ever that graphic, or it's pretty much simple stuff like people are doing a lot of retweets right now, giveaways for retweets, giveaway for um, you know all sorts of things. So yeah, I don't have any kids, but I guess I'd let my kids, if I had a 12-year-old, they could use challenge. So
Okay, cool. Good answer. Good answer. I thought it was kind of a hardball question, but you kind of hit it out of the park. So I don't know. I don't know what to ask next. I gotta think of something good, something to really trip you up. Does anybody
yeah, it's
have any
always
hardball questions for Chase? Like, let's put him on the spot here. What's the
anyone fan.
what?
Is it just a scam? It's a scam. It's people are down below. It's all just one big scam.
So
Mass scam. 3 years of development,
what?
lots of versions.
I like the 5 year. I like the where do you see yourself in 5 years question. I also liked your answer to that. Millions of users, obviously, that's what every dApp developer in the world is looking to onboard millions and 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 millions of users.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you guys see that happening though? Like, is it going to be organic growth? Do you guys have some marketing campaigns that you guys are paying for? Like, what do you think is the best way that we as a EOS community can kind of revitalize the challenged app in the EOS community here in North America, or, you know, in whatever region really. But what do you think is the best challenges out there to get this ball rolling? What are some of the most effective and useful challenges that people issue to help the onboarding process for challenged app to get those millions and millions and millions of users? How do we do that now?
Doing things like this,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
it's yeah, go ahead, George.
I think is the best thing to do is marketing on the promotions. So we do Twitter campaigns, we do Hive awareness by setting up giveaways and contests on the Hive blockchain, and also we use Facebook to market our app. We use Instagram to market our app too. So we use mostly social media platforms to advertise the product. For now, did you guys get me? Did you hear what I said? Or was I on mute?
I heard you on my end. I don't know
Okay,
about the
okay.
rest
All
of
right.
us. Yeah, but yeah, you're coming in clear for me.
Okay, so that's it. Data junkie. That's the awareness that we've been able to do. We hope to do more pertaining to our promos. And we need to like I was telling Chase the other day, we need to onboard more um, moderators and community leaders that maybe from different continents that will be able to represent this continent. I think that will help us too.
Yeah, and just keep
Yeah,
developing.
okay.
I mean, we always try to stay very close to what our users want. So we try to have, you know, obviously we got some users now. We try to listen to them. I mean, we don't have a we don't have a roadmap that's super far out, just because, you know, we're always iterating based on our feedback. So, you know, it's kind of like a cycle process of putting out a new version, hearing what people like, what people don't like, and then putting out that new software and hoping that more people join the network. It's just, you know, I think the same deal with Facebook or anything else. I mean, they are constantly always updating and improving, and that's the same thing we're doing. So I think just not being complacent, and commitment, and not being complacent will be our key to reaching millions of users. And if we do that, I think we'll be able to accomplish that, just because, you know, the value proposition of, you know, a blockchain app like ours is so good, especially for people who aren't used to getting rewards, aren't used to, you know, there's millions of people using different applications right now who aren't getting any blockchain rewards. So I think 5-10 years from now, it's just going to be customary that people are just going to expect to get blockchain rewards from applications they use.
Just
Yeah,
looking at your app at the moment and seeing what it's like with just a few users, wondering how your newsfeed's going to act when you've got 1 million users, and how you're going to filter out or give exposure to the right content. Are you going to use some kind of back end algorithm?
We're going to use the CHL token. So so people can vote for challenges right now too. So you can participate in challenges and you can vote on a challenge too. So when you vote for a challenge, however much CHL you have, that determines how high it goes in the algorithm, or our news feed. So if you go on challenge application right now and you see the top trending post, that post got there because it had the most CHL voting for it. So you know, kind of the logic behind that is, as the network grows and as it becomes more valuable to have your challenge at the very top, the more valuable the CHL token becomes. So if you have a whole bunch of CHL tokens, you'll be able to get posts higher up in the news feed. And it may not be the biggest deal right now if there's, a couple thousand users. But, if you get to a couple million, then it's going to be real valuable to have a top trending post, just like Twitter. If there's no one on Twitter, it doesn't really matter what's trending. But, if, when there's millions of people who use Twitter, it's really valuable just to have something at the top. And we already see that with users right now. If you get if your challenge is trending, you'll have way more people participate in it than if it's not, just because it's more visible.
When you have 1 million users and a person posts a challenge, how are you going to give that individual challenge the initial exposure it needs to get the votes?
Every challenge right now, it starts off in the same place. So, it'll just be kind of like the filtering out process of, and I'm sure there's probably something we'll work along the way. Maybe we'll have to improve our algorithm a little bit. Right now, we're pretty basic. It's just, we just have a staked, a voter await program where, and it's all on the blockchain too. So you can, every time someone votes for a challenge, you can see, okay, this account voted for this post, and this is how many challenge they had in their CHL account, and that all gets published on the blockchain. So that's something that we're going to be mindful of, is making sure that kind of every challenge that gets posted has an equal shot at becoming trending. But right now it's just based on how much CHL is voting for that challenge.
And sounds great. So I'm guessing you'll be able to have a news feed full of people that your friends list, or people that you're interested in who will keep continually posting good challenges to be involved with.
Well, right now our news feed, everyone has the same news feed. So we have different tabs. We have like a trending tab. We have a new tab, and I think we have a hot tab too. So we don't have it where, like Facebook or Instagram, where you see who you follow post. You just see everyone's posts. So I think that's kind of like how Hive works right now. So maybe we'll add, different features to that down the line, but right now it seems to be working pretty well.
To tie
You
it
know,
in
one
with
thing,
competitions as well as what it currently works as. So you could have as a way of promoting content and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So, we kind of think that if you have a couple million CHL right now, that would be great for marketing in the future. If you use challenge to market your ideas, or like we said, earlier, City Mills uses it, and he's got a lot of exposure for his music by just, asking people to download it, share his music. And so, when he's got CHL and he can get his post up to the top or get his higher up in our newsfeed, then that helps him. And, for other people who want to market their ideas or their businesses, I think it's going to be good for them to have CHL. So then they have, the ability to get their posts higher up in our newsfeed and get them more visible.
exactly. That's
Right.
right. That's right. Yeah, and another thing I love about your project, Chase. Okay, Waxer, go ahead. Go ahead.
There's a bit of delay, so I keep interrupting you. Is there a potential problem where the person who has the most wealth in whatever format can kind of control the content on the network?
That could be an issue. So that might be, we might look at things like maybe there's decay. There's decay after a while of those are questions like, hey, if somebody has 100,000 CHL and they vote for that, certain post, will there be time decay? And maybe another thing too would be like, if it's one vote, one, so the people who have the most tokens, they have the most control over getting votes to the top. Do we want to make it one token is all worth the same, or do we want to make it where if we have 10 people who, what's worth more is one person with 1 million CHL or 10 people with 100,000 CHL? Right now it's just purely who has the most CHL that determines what gets us to the top. So, is there a potential problem where the people who have the most CHL get to, they always have control over the news feed? I mean, that's kind of the idea, though. I mean, that's kind of, if somebody has a whole bunch of CHL, that's kind of, the idea. So, yeah, so if you have a bunch of CHL, then you'll have control over the news feed. So maybe that's a reason to get a whole bunch of CHL.
I agree. I think it definitely has an incentive to get more. Just worried that if you get new users on and they can't get their content to be exposed in the right way, that they're not going to be too interested.
Yeah, well, it's kind of one of those things. Is if you have a bunch of CHL, you're incentivized to want to see the app do well, and you're going to have an incentivization you're going to be incentivized to want to see the best challenges go to the top, and basically see that everyone's happy and the network's working well. So I think everyone's interests are aligned in the correct way where everyone benefits. We want to make this where, if everyone's interests aren't aligned correctly, then you can run into pitfalls like that. But we've probably done thousands of challenges so far. We got over 10,000 users, and we haven't had any issues. You see any issues like that so far, George? I mean, us as the project, we have, George and I have probably a couple million CHL. So we, definitely when we vote for something, we have a lot of control over what gets, visible. But it's easy for other people to have control too. I mean, if you can go on, you can get a few million CHL pretty, probably for just a few $100s right now. And that seems to be enough to kind of, get a post to the top. So I don't think there's any misalignments. I think everything is pretty much aligned where everyone benefits.
Yeah, I mean, it works at the moment and seems to be working really well. So it's good. Just potentially down the line. Yeah, excellent. Though.
Yeah, and we always got to be, flexible and able to adapt and adjust. And if we get to the point where somebody came and they got a bunch of CHL and they're keep getting, certain posts aren't getting seen, or there's just some sort of inequities in the network, then we can try to address it at this time. But so far everything seems to be running pretty smoothly in that sense, at least with the the post and the voting.
Are you planning on getting any sponsorship from industries, like different companies going on there to advertise products?
Yeah, we're working a lot with different people on that. We put out videos showing how we've done comparisons with like Facebook ads, where if you put like $30 of crypto versus $30 of Facebook ads on Facebook, you'll get like 10 times better results with the challenge application. And we go through and we show like, if you go on Facebook and you have a Facebook page and you pay, $30, your post gets seen by, I think it was like 10,000 people or whatever, and, but we show with, doing that same post, you use the challenge application and you give away crypto for asking people to share this post. We went through all the impressions and all the, how many people engage all through the engagement, and we got like 10 times better results.
Right. So Chase,
only that can
a quick one.
Oh, sorry, talking over you again as always. I think one thing that would be quite good to include is perhaps get more information from your users so you can have better analytics or greater target audience analysis or target audience reach when you're creating the advertisements. That would be quite cool. And then I think it would be even more viable to use your platform than, say, the other socials.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So, Chess, I got some questions here, which data junkie sent to me and asked me to put them up here while we are live. So, I think we do a quick one when I ask the questions. You answer the questions. So, are you
Okay.
game?
Yeah, yeah. So just kind of a short
All right.
shotgun questions.
Yeah, yeah. The first one is this one is from Miguel Maron. And he says, big things are coming, I hear. Adding functions on the yeah, big things are coming, I hear. Adding functions on the Telus blockchain and working with influencers to promote the app. If you have stuff you want to add to the app, you mention it and they add it to the roadmap. All right. That's the question.
Yeah, you broke up a
So
little
I
bit on.
think he's asking about yeah. It says big things are coming, I hear. Adding functions on the Telus blockchain and working with influencers to promote the app. If you have stuff you want to add to the app, you mention it and they add it to the roadmap. Okay, I get the question now. It's like is asking you to if you have stuff you want to add to the app that you can mention it while you want to integrate the app on the Telos blockchain so that they add it to their roadmap. Okay, I think that's more like um an advice, not really a question. So I head over to the next one. The next one is what are the this one is from Anurag and he says, what are the new updates beneficial for us in the Challenge EOS app? I think you've answered that one already, but
Yeah,
you could still answer it again.
yeah, referral codes and tele support, and then multiple being able to reward multiple people at once are the big three, and
Okay, and direct messaging.
exactly.
Okay, yeah. On to the next one. The next one is from Vinod. Challenge Dark CHL project new version coming. Like I saw a question mark here. It seems is asking about when the new version is gonna drop.
Shooting for 2 months from now, so we're at the end of June now, so we're July, August, we're looking at late August. By the end of summer here we want to have challenge version 8 out. That's the timeline.
Okay, on to the next question. This one is from Ekemini. Will Challenge DAC have its own NFT soon? What about the listing of Challenge DAC CHL projects on a new exchange platform?
Yep. So we're we kind of put out the we've figured out the roadmap for version 8. We're kind of always taking this one version at a time. So but for version 9, we're thinking, we talked about earlier, we're looking at wax, adding NFTs. Already people are making challenges where people are sharing, and we were doing that thing with NFT showroom where people were sharing, getting rewards for sharing NFTs. So we'd like to have, what we really would like is for the people to have the ability to reward people with NFTs. So you're able to give out NFTs as a reward. That'd be cool. So down the road, maybe version 9 will be able to do something like that.
Okay, cool. Okay, this one is from Rosanna Gomez, and it says, We as a community need to know when they will include CHL on the Vigor platform. This project has great potential and we are concerned because they do not take us into account.
Yeah, so we like to right now we got the Vigor token on the challenge application. So, people who are making, you can make a challenge and reward people in Vigor token. And, we've been watching them for a couple months and we saw them, I think we added the Vigor token, maybe version 6, version 7, and we just saw what they were doing. And, we looked like they were a legit DeFi project on EOS. So we thought, hey, this would be a good project to support. So we added the Vigor token, and yeah, it'd be great if they added CHL and allowed people to do all the cool things they offer with CHL.
All right, that's all questions for now. I think I want to say something. I'm gonna create a challenge immediately after this voice chat. So anybody who's yeah, I broke out for a sec. Anyone who's on this voice chat should head over to the App Store or the Google Play Store and download the Challenge ES application because I'm gonna drop a challenge worth 100K CHL for new members who were on this very voice chat with us tonight. I so appreciate you guys for joining us. One love. CHL to the moon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to chip in. See, hello, ES community. My name is Wilfred Patrick, the challenge master for the challenges application. If you just download the application, I'm going to create a challenge as well. So the challenge will be just for you to drop your username, and I hit you up with some CHL. Thank you very much for downloading the application. Cheers.
All right.
Competition you just
That
launched
was
already on the app.
reload.
That's already on there, asking for a screenshot of your account.
Exactly. You screenshot your username, your challenge app username, and drop it as a comment on the challenges. I'm gonna drop a challenge, and the challenge master, Wills Patrick, is gonna drop his challenge too. So those are some tokens, bro. Those are some tokens, guys. A huge one. So a huge giveaway just for this voice chat.
Nice, right on. Good job, guys. Thanks.
It's great. Thanks for answering the questions as well.
Hi, I'm Kay from Ghana.
Yeah, Kay, you were saying something, Kay. Welcome to the voice chat. So if you just join us, we have the AMA on the EOS project Telegram group, and the host happens to be Data Junkie and myself, while the guest speaker is the founder of the Challenge EOS application. The challenge EOS application is an application which you can use to create or unlock challenges to be able to earn rewards. And you got to know that when you're creating a challenge, you need to have some tokens on your wallet to be able to create challenges as the sender, while the people who are going to complete these challenges are the receivers. Yeah, another option is if you don't want to create a challenge yet, you can complete other people's challenges so as to earn yourself some crypto rewards. So that's how fun the app is. I would like everyone who's on this voice chat to earn some cryptocurrency. So I want you guys to go download the application, the Challenge EOS application, and start using it to send challenges to your friends and also complete challenges from other users. While I'm gonna create a challenge after this voice chat so as to reward everyone. Yeah, 100,000 CHL in the prize pool.
I think I've used it correctly, and I think I've ended the challenge. Could you check for me that I've done everything correctly?
Yeah, Waxer. I didn't get that. Come again.
Sorry, yeah. So I've just entered the competition, the challenge. Just wondering if I've done everything correctly.
You downloaded the application, right?
Yes, and then left a screenshot of my user account underneath the challenge as a comment.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna check it out. I hope you didn't use you didn't use uppercase to create a username. I hope you used lowercase.
I just caught that message as I joined the chat. Yeah, so it's all lowercase.
All right, excellent. So I'm gonna reward you with a
Yes,
10,000 CHL
Yep.
once the
And that's
voice chat is over.
if you are
that's a
creating an account, please try to have a proper picture on the account. So we won't think that you are bot. So if you just created your account, try to put a picture. Thank you very much.
and yeah, so for that challenge, that is and that's pretty popular right now, is for people just to drop a screenshot as proof, and that works as proof. But we usually let it, it's in between the challenge creator and the challenge participant, for ratings. So say for instance you thought you completed the challenge but you don't get rewarded for it. um, you can give the challenge creator a bad ratings, and you can give them like a 1-star rating. But if they, say if they, you participate in the challenge and they give you a reward and it was a fair challenge and you got rewarded correctly, then you can give them 5 stars, and we just have a 5-star rating system. So for people on the challenge network, you can look at users history and see what kind of rating they have and how many challenges they've participated in. And that's in between the challenge creator and the challenge participants on rewards and rating.
Makes sense. It's a good system. So at the moment, am I the only person who's actually entered the competition there?
I can check that. Do you can you see Willow or City if we got any I can imagine, if you just go on the
Cheers. I think I've looked at the series challenge and there've just been two responses. There's just been two responses.
two responses. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and was this the challenge that we were giving out 10,000 CHL for the first 10 users to download it? First 10 new users, right?
It is. That's right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it looks like we got 8 more spots. So yeah, that's a good challenge. So it sounds like 2 people got rewarded so far, and so we got 8 more to go. So and that challenge might be a little bit slower than other challenges just because you got to be a new user to win. So the 10,000 people who already are users, they can't participate in that challenge. You got to be a new user to participate in that. So so that one might be a little bit quick, or might take a little bit longer for people to participate in that challenge and say, one that people could participate in if they're already a user. But that's kind of what we see. If you post a challenge and you give out a fair amount of crypto, you'll probably, depending on what you ask people to do, you'll probably have 5-10 people within an hour or two, maybe 50 people to 100 people. It seems like we never really get more than about 100 or 200 people on any particular challenge. But a lot of challenges maybe get 50 people, 40, 50 people, but it depends on how many rewards you're giving out too. And a lot of times we have to limit, we tell people the first 25 people will get rewarded, the first 10 people get rewarded. It just depends on what we're giving out for prizes.
Great prize. Very easy to get involved. So if anyone in this group chat hasn't done that yet, I'd recommend it. Would you say the most interesting challenge that you've seen so far is on the app?
We've definitely seen some interesting challenges. One challenge that was cool, that I think you posted this, Willow, was after the I think it was a helpful challenge, but after there was that Beirut, Lebanon, there was that, what was it? There's something that blew up there about a year ago. That you guys know what I'm talking about? That they had some sort of blast there, like a year, maybe it was a little bit more than a year ago, but I think it was you, Willow, that put a geo drop on that whole city of Beirut, Beirut, Lebanon, to get some crypto. So they had a disaster there, and we'd airdrop some tokens there. So everyone in that city was able to claim the geo drop and get a little bit of crypto. So we thought that was something that was kind of like a humanitarian type challenge, but
Yeah.
it was a cool challenge. I think it was a good challenge to make. And I'm trying to think of what other interesting ones we've had. We've had singing songs. We've had people give out crypto for singing songs. We've had, sharing songs, sharing City Mill songs. We've had people who won crypto for sharing songs. And then also there was somebody who was doing geo drops for a girls' school in Africa. So I think there was giving out crypto for people to go to a school in Africa, and so that was another challenge.
Yeah. One of the interesting challenges that we've had was, I think during the COVID-19, we had challenges at different countries, different continents. So you being out in your house, you get to claim crypto very easily by just identifying your location. That is how sweet the challenges application is. When Lebanon had a problem, even when Nigeria was having an issue, the youth were protesting. We did a drop for all the Nigerians.
Yeah,
So
that's right. That's right.
those who participated had some tokens, claimed some tokens. It's a form of humanitarian. So that was it.
So do you know whereabouts your user base currently are? And what's the audience like in Africa at the moment?
When people sign up, we don't, it's either like a phone. People could sign up with a phone number and an email address. So we don't really have a whole lot of information we get on people, but obviously when we see people participate in the app, and of course with the geo drops, you kind of have an idea of kind of the makeup of the user base and where they're from. And I would guess, I mean, this is only a guess, I'd say probably maybe 40% Africa, 30% Asia, and maybe another 30% South America, and the rest of the world. But maybe it's closer to 50% in, I know you guys have done a lot of work in Nigeria, Willow and City Mills. So we got, well, maybe it could be as high as 50% there, especially among the more active users. So we're definitely popular in West Africa, and some of it too is in Nigeria. English speakers, a lot of English speakers there. I think we had a lot of users from Bangladesh too, just because there's a lot of English speakers there, as well as India. But in later versions, we're looking
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Yeah, we had a lot of people from Indonesia.
Yeah,
And
another awesome airdrop. Another awesome airdrop was when we dropped an airdrop for the Indonesians. A geo drop for Indonesians.
yeah, and I
What
think
did
we
that include?
even
What do you say?
Is that another charity event?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
And what was the reason for doing an airdrop in Indonesia?
We try to keep our users busy by running challenges. For example, that Joe drop, when we really had Joe drop running was during the COVID-19, where everyone was at home. So we make sure that we satisfy our users all over the world. Today we can do a Joe drop in Africa. Tomorrow we can do it in South America, and so on. That was just it.
It'd be a great idea to do to encourage people to get COVID vaccination in return for a reward. If you took a picture of your vaccination certificate in any form that is.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
yeah, that's something people could definitely do. That's something that probably, like, insurance companies or other people would probably have an interest in seeing happen. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential for all sorts of things like that. And as we get more versions, we can add more capabilities for user verification, and that sort of thing. That's one thing we've noticed is that sometimes we'll get a few bots on the accounts on our systems, and so we do a lot of challenges asking people to make videos, just because people can't fake making a video. If you get behind a video and you say something or you do something, chances are you're a real person. Whereas if you ask somebody to retweet something, you could have 5 bots retweet the same thing, and they try to get 5 different rewards. So So maybe in the later versions, we'll have some sort of system where we verify users' identity, or at least let them opt into that. And maybe then that will have, it'll be easier to make more sophisticated challenges then, and then, you could do rewards for getting vaccinated, for going different places, for, doing all sorts of things.
Potential. With regards to Twitter and bots, there are point systems associated with accounts which designate whether they're more likely to be a bot or not. So you could probably tie into the back end of those apps and set a parameter where you'd only accept people with a score above 90. And that way you're probably quite likely to limit bots being able to join challenges. I don't know if that's possible, but it's one system that currently exists anyway to monitor bots.
Yeah, that's something that we'll probably need to look into. But that's just something we've noticed the last few versions or so. We've seen some stuff that looks a little bit funny where we see multiple accounts participating and something that looks like bots, but something we're keeping an eye out for, and definitely we can probably tie into some systems to improve that. But not a major issue, but just something that we're keeping an eye on.
Is there anything stopping people having multiple accounts at once and entering the same competition to claim the same prize repeatedly across the platform?
Someone's phone number and email address. I mean, we're that kind of rate limits it. You got to have an email and a phone number, but someone who, if you got 5 or 6 different phone numbers or email addresses, hypothetically or technically, you could probably participate a few times in the same challenge. I think we've seen people do that before. So we discourage that. We probably want one person, one account. But it's kind of up to the challenge rewarder too. I mean, it's when you post a challenge, you determine who you want to reward, and if you see somebody that's if it looks like somebody's is the same person that's posted 2 or 3 posts, then you can choose not to reward them or say, hey, this looks funny. Even with our video challenges, sometimes people will we do a lot of challenges asking people to make a video, and the same person will post 2 or 3 different videos, and they'll post a video of them on not showing their face or turned to the side, and you can kind of tell, hey, you already posted a video. So we have you can comment below someone's post or someone's comment and say, hey, a lot of times I'll just call them out. I'll say, hey, it looks like you already posted a video, or hey, this looks like the same person. I'll tag the account or whatever. And it's kind of up to the challenge. You're the person giving out the crypto, so it's kind of up to the poster to determine who they want to reward and not reward. But yeah.
Currently user moderated, and there's no actually, is there any control at all you can have over other users?
Us running the application.
I mean, can you delete comments and stuff like that?
You can. So if you, I think you can currently, we let you, so if you post a challenge and people comment down below, I think you should be able to delete the comments. To be 100% honest, I'm not sure. I'd have to check, but you should be able to. But you have control of who you reward and not reward, and then you can, respond to the comments down below your challenge, so you can communicate with the people who are participating in your challenge. Oh, and I
Personally,
we're to have direct messaging too in version. I can't believe I didn't mention this earlier, but in version 8, we're gonna have direct messaging too. Just throw that in there.
yeah, personally, what I do to checkmate, those people that have multi accounts is that, for example, I'm running a Twitter challenge. I look up for accounts that are maybe 6 months old I can't run a challenge and create a new account that same month, to run the challenge with maybe 0 followers, or highest it could be just 2 or 3. Such accounts wouldn't be rewarded, you know. That is just based on the person that is creating the challenge. The person is responsible for what he or she wants to do with the crypto. Like, am I going to reward this person? Am I not going to reward him? Why am I not rewarding this person? That is just it.
Regards to that, then it's down to the people who enter the competition to leave a star rating at the end. And is there anything currently in place to prevent an abuse of that system, where even if they get the money they were wanting, that they still give the user a 1 star, or even accidentally give them a 1 star rating, stuff like that?
Right now, we haven't seen any issues so far. I think the star rating's been working pretty good. But it's just a tool for users to kind of have. Is it a perfect tool? It's not a perfect tool, but it's just kind of an approximate tool, so people can kind of get a feel for um, reputation on the network. And I think it does a pretty fair job of giving people a good idea of everyone's reputation. Because you can see how many times someone's been rated, and what their rating is, and you can know if if someone's on there saying, hey, I'm going to give out 1,000 EOS if you do this or that, and they don't have any ratings and they don't have any history, then you might be suspicious. Oh, am I really going to get 1,000 EOS for doing this challenge? Where you would probably feel a lot more comfortable if that same challenge was posted by somebody who had 100 reviews and it's 5 stars.
I think it's a good system as well. Makes sense.
Yeah, something that Uber has had pretty good success with, and eBay has worked well for Uber and eBay, and it seems like it's working pretty good for us. So, but if we run into any pitfalls along the way, then we're always going to look at ways of fixing it.
I think the only issue you might face is if you start giving them an overall rating. So how influential is that 1 star if the rest of the votes have all been 5 star? I think if you go on like TripAdvisor, I think a 1 star rating on there is really detrimental to the overall rating of the company.
Yeah, I think right now how we have it set up is it just averages it out. But yeah, I mean, we could always adjust it where if you get 1 star, then it's really bad and it really affects your average star rating. But I think, as far as I know, it's just average of all the ratings on there. So I think I'm at 4 stars right now. 4 stars. I think both City Mills and Willow are higher than me. So with their rating.
Maybe you should
Sure.
stop being so unfaithful.
Yeah, I think somebody a few times someone's just come along giving me like 1 star for some reason, just because they're mad or upset about something. So, or maybe they're just messing around. But yeah, gives you kind of a rough idea of reputation on the network.
It's a good system.
So thanks everyone. How many
Yeah,
minutes do we have left? That's a job.
Yeah, this was a pretty good turnout, pretty good AMA, pretty good questions, and some pretty great answers. I think if you guys want to wrap it up.
yeah, no,
Uh,
it's been great that you guys have been letting us talk this long. Thanks for letting us. We've been going for a few hours now, so we appreciate anytime we get a chance to talk about what we've been doing and and share our information. Is we're really grateful for that. And this is kind of definitely how we grow, is just, we've built, we've pretty much built, we've spent a lot of time building, but now we're really spending a lot of time marketing and getting the word out about the project. So yeah, we really appreciate you guys letting us come on here and talk as long as we have.
Yeah, thank you guys. And we just opened an account with the challenges application. Try to have a profile picture on your account. Try to have a picture on your account. Thank you very much, guys, for your time.
Yeah, it was
A
great.
big shout out to the shout out to Chase, shout out to Data Junkie, shout out to everyone, shout out to Willow, shout out to all who joined us tonight. It was fun. Yeah. It's 11 p.m. over here in my time zone. Yeah. So it was nice
Nice.
hanging out with you guys on this voice chat. Keep it 100. CHL to the moon. Don't forget to buy and hold your CHL. CHL is gonna get to the moon. Yeah. 100.
Right on. All right, yeah, I'm gonna install it again, and I'm going to issue my own challenges. So you guys watch out for that. It's gonna be fun.
All
Awesome.
right, Junkie, no problem. Got you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on here today and letting us all know about the challenge app. I hope you guys get a lot of new signups, and I look forward to using it.
Very much.
Awesome.
I'll be using it.
All
for
right.
Sure. Thank you.
Everyone.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
I'll post the recording as soon as it's done in the challenge Telegram and also in here. So if you guys want to share it out after that, that'd be awesome.
Perfect. And what we'll probably do is we'll probably issue a challenge and to get people to share it, so it gets some extra views.
Yeah, and I'll reward everyone who joined this voice chat. So try and take a screenshot if you are on this live stream. This voice chat. Just take a screenshot, and I'm gonna reward you immediately after this voice chat.
Great. And don't forget to sign up at eoscommunity.org and throw your hat into the ring for some Eden OS governance, you guys. It'd be a match made in heaven.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. We will. All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Thanks all.
Same here.
Bye, guys.